with my shot.
And now save.
No,
Crash.
to Celine. Hey Jude.
Look,
Yeah.
having the camera MVGs, so that means
Oh wait, are we going?
I
Are
hope
we
not.
expecting dark?
I hope not.
So I just realized that I have
No,
this horrible
no,
score.
We
I
are-
have them on because I
Arson.
was bringing MVGs.
I'm big sad. No pizza Hut ruins the mission.
But we might have dark in the end.
Hope
Look
not.
at the times in the map.
We have a car.
Hey, help. Do you know where Miller is? Anyone know?
Look at HQ marker on map. So he would be
Should be at the Zulus.
somewhere there.
At the
Okay.
briefing area, probably.
Briefing area.
Yeah, the
Roger.
briefing at the
Forward
big whiteboard.
The whiteboard.
Thank you.
Look at the times, guys. I think we're gonna have some lights at the end.
Maybe.
But that means
I don't want
to.
it. I don't want in the Vika.
Naviga.
Okay.
Great.
Carp AT, Cooper Grenadier, Giat,
This bitch.
obviously medic. Oh fucking hell, I'm fat.
I said yes, bitch.
How dare you?
Wanna go full sass?
How
Damn it.
dare you?
I'm too chunk.
How dare
Oh.
you?
I need to lose 2 kilos.
Run.
You're a big boy.
Run.
This is my Naviga.
Wait, what are you carrying on your rail attachment?
What?
Which rail attachment are you using?
This is called ANPEQ black light. Also briefing.
Hey Zuzu,
Hello?
what's up?
Can you hear me?
Were you surprised seeing that you had the most T1s? A bit.
I mean,
Is my mic working in game now?
It is.
It is
Sorry
working.
about the number. Beautiful.
Also, by the way, Disalonius, I'm big smart. I changed the orbat and already added like extra deltas and shit to the unit tracker.
Oh, that's amazing.
Can everyone shut the fuck up?
Mute mics.
Guys,
Oh, mate.
please be silent and mute your microphones. Vikings, sort out the stuff after briefing.
Let's go. Game time.
Guys, you can sort the rest of the stuff after briefing. Skywalker, we're gonna do the briefing first. Caboose, if I can say something before we start.
Yeah.
All right. Hello everyone. Hello Vikings. Hello Zeusops. Welcome to the join up. Appreciate that you guys came around. Obviously, Ace update dropped not long ago, so the medical situation is going to be interesting. If people are unsure about how the medical system works, after the briefing, stay here and we can talk about it a little bit. The Google slides that were shared earlier with Vikings also sort of explain how it works a little bit, but just in case if you need extra assistance with that, you can stay here. Vikings, I assume that everyone knows what was in that document. If not, let me know and then we'll talk about it after the debrief further. For instance, the loadout system and respawn and stuff like that. Alright. Caboose?
Hello. Right. In regards to the story, I am not going to read it because it's fucking quite a big background. So if you want the background to the scenario, you can read that on your own terms. But a bit of TLDR. Essentially, Norway has been invaded and it's been split between the EU and Russia, who govern different sectors of the country now. The Russians have, in this particular region, the top right of the map, and the EU has every other part of it. There is a dividing line in the city where the bridges are. You want the full background, read it. Right, to the rest of the briefing. Welcome to Operation Rising Fortitude. We are playing as the Norwegian Army, assisted by irregular forces, militia, etc., being represented by Viking. Our mission today is to liberate the town of, I don't know how to fucking say that, Virajoki.
That's Virojoki for you.
Yep, that's it. Your objectives are to capture the local government complex, secure the bridges marked, 5 bridges with the different names, and defend the town. Additional information is that we have marked known anti-air positions. There is also some mortar position marks, and any other information that we know about troop movement is marked on the map. Is there any questions?
Question.
I think it was Marcelo first, yeah.
Yes, how exact are those anti-air circles?
What?
How exact are those areas, the anti-air circles and compass?
If you enter them as a Zulu, then there is a big chance you will get shot down. If you fly low, you most likely will be able to evade them.
Okay, no, because I just wanna point out those 2 gaps. No, okay. That's nothing.
Question regarding the yellow circle to the north. What is that?
That is an unknown marker, so that is, we believe that there's an enemy force there, but we are unsure what it is. Any other questions?
Question.
Abby?
Air assets on enemy side?
Both forces, both the EU and Russia, are full conventional forces who have the ability to field anything. So, any air assets, etc.
Okay, thanks.
Question regarding civilians and how
1 minute.
they remain alive.
1 minute to Terry first.
Yeah. First question was, what is the significance of the positions Rook, Knight, Bishop, King, and Queen?
Okay, the main positions that you will need to hold is Bishop, King, and Queen. These are the central bridges. Knight and Rook are more like rural bridges, so they still have access to going back and forth across this river. We want to secure the river to basically prevent like Arma and things pushing back and forth between the both sectors.
Alright, and the police station, is the police on our side? Same question goes for NATO or Europe.
So, the island is currently divided between Russia and Europe. Not the island, Norway. We know that Russia will be hostile towards our actions. We are currently probing by sending French forces into checkpoints currently occupied by the EU forces. We believe that if we show up in force, that the EU forces will back down and either withdraw or surrender. So that is why they are marked as neutral at this current time. In regards to the police, we do believe that the local populace will support us as they are Norwegian, but that is also unknown at this time.
Okay, that was my question for now.
Who asked about civies?
Viking.
Yes. Was it just what the ROE, etc.?
Are there any civvies, and how important is it for them to remain alive? If we see them?
The populace of the town is very low. We estimate about 4,000 people. If there is any civilians, they'll most likely be in their homes. ROE applies that you do not engage civilians as they are fellow Norwegians.
Fellow civilian, maybe. Okay.
Any other questions?
Ammo going forward do we have a resupply point that we know
Things
of?
like resupplies, etc., will be handled through your Miller. You'll communicate to him, and then he'll communicate to me as soon, and then we'll arrange things.
Whoa.
Misfire. That's alright.
Apologizing.
Alright, if that's all the questions regarding the scenario, one last note from me is that for the Zeus Ops players at least, we have an additional role today, the Combat Lifesaver. You can read about it in the events briefing, but essentially there's one per squad. Harry, I assume you want to talk some shit.
Okay, We're running 4 squads today. Everyone in Zeus Ops, if you guys just start heading northwest to the arsenal and sort out the squads there before splitting up over the 2 arsenals, go ahead. And then Vikings, if you stay here for one more second. Is there anybody from Vikings that has any questions about respawn, medical, loadouts, that? No?
Morphine.
Morphine.
Overdose over one.
There's no overdosing. There's no separate bandage types.
Not for me.
There's only basic bandage.
Sure as hell.
Morphine does reduce your pain as in it suppresses it.
Oh, okay.
I could talk something about the morphine because that's a custom, kind of custom thing. So we are using the basic medication, but I patched the advanced medication morphine in because the morphine wasn't working at all in the basic medication. What that means is you cannot overdose on morphine, but the morphine takes some time to kick into. Basically, it takes I think it's right now 15 seconds for it to like reach the full effect, and it stays in your system for 10 minutes. So it will suppress the pain for 10 minutes. After that, when the morphine wears out, you might regain the pain if it hasn't like decreased already enough.
Excellent. Thank you.
Are there any questions regarding respawn, body bagging?
I did ask this for the rest of the guys, though. It might be good, just so they know that if their armor crashes, that they can respawn. And am I correct in saying they can respawn and then ping Zeus?
If your armor crashes and you rejoin, you can ping Zeus and ask Zeus to TP you back to wherever you were, as in back to your team. Okay, radio-wise, I suppose that Skywalker has already shared this. Platoon is on 80, so that's where me, platoon lead, will talk to all the squad leads. Preferably team leads or 2 ICs are on that net as well. We'll try and keep comms on a minimum on that net. Then squad nets, there's 81, 82, 83, 84 for Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta. That's just where you can do chatter. If I don't hear from squad leads, for instance, those are the nets that I'll be looking for. But yes, in case that your leads die, try and get on 80.
Roger.
Solid.
Alright. Any questions from you guys?
Negative.
When we can kick ass then.
So-
Let's go.
I played with
We're
Tron
ready.
before, and I know the
there is a good
revive
question
system,
I
but
have.
it'd be nice to have a
Hold on.
recap on it.
Should we?
Or revive?
Respawn. Sorry.
Okay. Respawn, if you full on die, there's a 15-minute timer. After that 15-minute timer, you'll respawn. However, if while you're waiting you get body bagged, you'll respawn with the next wave, and waves happen every 8 minutes. That does mean that if you get body bagged, you could technically respawn in 10 seconds if the wave hits right. It's to make sure that, you don't just go off alone and no one finds you or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Should we take cable ties?
You won't need them.
Okay.
Yeah. Make sure you have enough medical supplies. That means splints and tourniquets, and for the medics, packs.
How many do you recommend, by the way, for the normal?
For infantry, I recommend 5 morphine, 5 EP, 20 bandages, 3 tourniquets, and 5 splints. And please, everyone needs a body bag.
Fucking hell, you guys packing? Okay, alright.
Alright,
Shit,
beautiful.
I've been rocking 5 bandages for the past year then.
I mean, we like to get hit.
yeah, I noticed. Alright.
Anyways,
body
guys,
supply.
there's an arsenal there to the south-southeast. I suggest everyone uses that one.
Yeah, we're gonna set up.
Please keep the default uniform, and the rest I guess you guys have already figured out. Okay. I'll go make the plan. I'll call you guys back when we're ready
Could
for
you,
it.
I'm sorry, could you just say how many
Rest of you, let's go.
splints?
I suggest 5 splints, 3 tourniquets.
Thanks a lot.
What's up?
Snipes.
I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I have another thing to mention for platoon briefing, or you can. When you initially insert, obviously you're going to go to LZ Able.
I figured.
And I scripted them 2 healers behind you.
Okay.
So if you can all fit in them, that's fine. And then if not, then you've also got the 2 Zulus, obviously, then
Right.
you can start
I
packing
have.
it too.
Where are we respawning?
I'm gonna move your forward operating base to the OP, and that's
Okay.
where the Zulu.
Do we have to take out? The idea of this mission is that we take the government complex first.
Yep.
And then the bridges, right?
Yep.
And that means those 3 bridges, or also Knight and Rook.
The priority is King and Queen, but Knight and Rook are also like the side.
Hello.
Bagel is our other medical personnel.
Nice.
You two, just like when we are moving or such, I would rather have you two separated, don't be close to each other, yada yada yada.
Yep, sure.
So you're aware. So essentially, Bagel is not able to give blood, but everything else is
Yep.
okay. Okay, alright.
That is.
I like it. It's a nice change in the things.
I can tell it. Terry definitely didn't like it.
Really?
We had a heated discussion yesterday.
Yeah, here, heated.
Oh, yes. I mean, I like the idea of it.
Heated?
Heated discussion, yes.
Also, I haven't seen the air grenade, so in case I'm throwing anything, stay away from me.
God.
I also have flashbangs, yeah.
I have 11 frags.
How does the pack work?
Basically, when somebody gets hurt, they can like bandage themselves, like just like normal. It fixes their wound, but they still like get trauma, which shows up like blue limbs and
Yeah.
like
What does
blue body
trauma
parts.
do? Wait, what? Do what?
If you get enough trauma, it can get you like knock you unconscious.
But essentially, it just gives you...
Yeah, but you need a lot of trauma.
You need a lot of trauma, but basically it makes you like slightly more vulnerable.
Okay, here's the thing, like, okay, I'm gonna fill in D1, and then you fill in, you go
Nope,
to each
sound
one
like fuck off.
and you just type in D1.
Yeah, and just to complete my TED talk, you just use pack to get rid of the trauma. It depending on how hurt the person was, it might take a very long time. Like,
It's better to do many packs more frequently than...
yeah. Also, if the person is low on blood, then you might not be able to pack them. So you just transfuse first and then pack.
What the?
What the?
What a disconnect.
Wrong signature for add-ons modules F beta. That's
I don't
interesting.
think that's a lot anyway.
Mr. Marcelo.
Are you putting a thing on but I never said I'm good. What are you doing with your cat?
Wait, can you actually hear me when I'm just talking to myself?
Yes.
Like I said, I believe
Just talking to yourself.
rock up on these CPs.
Don't worry about him.
I mean, he's talking to himself.
Joke.
Yep.
What happened to the medical system?
Ace updated.
Yeah, what do we need now?
We need a lot of shit.
Only 2 new things you need as an infantry guy: splint and tourniquet. Bring 4 tourniquet and 5 to 8 splint.
Why the fuck do we need that?
What?
Why the fuck do we need that?
Splint fixes your broken bones.
Yeah, I know what each one of them do.
And because they kind of merged, they merged the advanced and the basic medical.
Okay.
And after healing yourself, you have to go for a back at the medic.
Oh yeah, you can't full heal yourself, you need a medic to use a personal aid kit on you.
What are we doing?
That's all you need to know as a demo expert.
Are you going in my backpack?
Yeah, fine.
I'm looking at your shit, bro.
Let's see what's in here. I've overcompensated. You put banana in.
It's a bit incorrect. A tourniquet will stop your blood, not slow it.
It stops. No, tourniquet stops.
Yeah, stop.
I mean,
There you go, it's on the floor.
I'm trained on it.
Idiot.
No, like it stops in Arma.
Penni se ratusrahni Miller voi valkkineet tourniquetta Vignamis.
Holy fucking shit, they are drawing. Well, hey, let's not about drawing.
I
Yep.
want to die.
It's gay.
Fuck you. Fucking shit the reactor. 3. Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on.
No, farebbe SCPR.
What?
Chi prova a connettarmi.
Not a mess.
Some cunt triggered retard. Sundag, how does it feel to be the biggest troll in the community?
Biggest what?
You're the biggest troll in the community.
You're the biggest hole in the community.
Haha.
Shut up, German.
Yeah, we had an award show.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's the very personal. It's not your personal.
This is making me weird now.
It's the medic's personal and keep using it on the personnel.
How come... Oh... How come Viking don't do fire teams?
I'm gonna take one with me just in case my mate
They're
gets
very
it.
special people.
You don't really...
Yeah, just save my
If the teams are sticking closer together, you don't really need the extra mark.
Hello?
What?
Stay on
Ready to go?
We'll go yellow.
Fucking
Apple's in our spot still, or has he been
Nice picking on 83.
No, just Apple should be
Big child, baby.
Okay, yeah. So now we have to go.
Oh my god, all these areas sounds of weaponized or...
Yep.
What the fuck is Apple?
Guys, let's line up. Let's line up. If you're ready, let's line up.
Let's see what happens.
Guys, line up in your teams if you're
Live,
ready.
can you please check if everyone's equipment is alright? KB, are you on 83?
Oh no, it changed. The loadout.
Yeah.
Who, what, where? Oh, hey!
You're good to go.
Hello!
Pump Apple, go to 84.1.
Where's that thing? There it is.
You guys got
Teams on me.
Oh shit,
Where's you?
fuck, I forgot about that thing.
Let's go, KP. You ready to get dangerous? You feeling dangerous?
Yellow or blue?
Well, on the medic.
Fucking dangerous?
I'm
On the radio?
I'm supposed to see.
Yeah, it's on 83.
I think you're
Dangerous.
green for now. Red?
Oh yeah, I
For
can hear you.
the fifth time.
I think so.
It's just that everyone's talking at the same time, so it's difficult to hear you.
Arkston on me. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm done, I'm
I wanna
done.
make sure we know how we look. Guys, come on. I wanna see how you guys look so we don't get confused.
Okay, do I line up in? Next to
green.
JP here, like this?
One of the bridges. So if you keep government and king,
Make sure you're not over 35 kgs as well.
worst come to worst,
If possible.
clear out if you need to abandon a bridge.
Goddamn 42.
Listen, man. In the heat of combat,
You're chunky boy.
I only see red, baby. Suomen leijona takes over. Just wanna eat Russians. Vittu Simo Häijä energy vibe. You understand me?
You'd like Shagger.
Yes, I
Perkele.
Mosin,
Vitun venäläiset.
Okay,
smoke
everyone
split.
has bandages, morphine,
How much
splints,
do you weigh?
EPIs, and tourniquet on you.
Yes. And extra codeine, baby.
Great. Make sure your
You're not
your
flying.
weight is not above 35 kgs, except for the AR and the AT.
3.91, sir.
I got 38. I feel like a fat turtle.
48. Put it down, dude.
So 38 or 48.
Then
what's the free necessary?
83, baby.
Look, Cal signed up as back. Cal didn't attend. What a boomer.
Probably one on 82.
Maybe ask him to run up to what? What is your weapon
Oh, you want to put it on the ground?
What's your weapon?
What's that?
Hello, hello.
Oh, hold on.
Incendiaries, yes.
Okay, there. Put it in your vest.
I'm pararescue.
No, I said put it in your vest, not on your gun.
Medic,
I am big boy medic in either German 1 or
Easy
German
way
2
out.
theater.
Can someone tell those guys over there briefing? And the guys far.
Cherry, I got the sign.
What did you get assigned to? Yeah, okay. What are you gonna be?
I'm a medic, of course, what else would I be?
Okay.
ISO pod.
I just hope at least see some combat.
No,
Okay.
It's like an animal from prehistoric
Please
times.
keep me alive.
No, I'll try. No promises.
So we don't have a fag, right?
Run up next to me, team.
We'll figure that out. If we don't, then I think we'll be fine.
No, you're good. Shut the fuck up, you two. Let's go. Come on. Focus.
I'm running pretty alive here with 26.
Alright, it's fine. I'm gonna be listening.
It's all about 45
minutes. I'm gonna be paying attention and listening all the way, bro.
That's epic. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, bro. It's all you, bro.
26 kilos is a 45 game.
Look at Sondag. Biggest troll, by the way. Award-winning biggest troll Sondag.
Why is this bad?
He's on my team, Willow.
We're gonna do good. Prize for getting biggest troll.
All right, let's start with the second briefing.
What's biggest
So-
forehead?
I have so much.
We already know
Everyone
that.
will mute their mics.
What about cross?
Shut up!
Please mute your mics.
Silencio.
Guys,
Mute yourself.
Mute your mics. Okay. I want people to actually pay attention for this one. Unlike the first briefing. No, okay, so here's the plan. We are taking the helicopters behind me to LZ Able. LZ Able is where we'll all land, all 4 squads. From LZ Able, we are first of all going for the government complex. That is our first objective. We expect enemy contacts, being Europeans, at the government complex. That's what we're first going to be taking out. And after that, we are focusing on the bridges Knight, Bishop, King, and Queen. Those are 4 bridges, and we're going to have roughly 1 squad each. And towards the further stages of the mission, we'll condense further in the direction of King, Queen, and the government complex. So, the plan. Waypoints 1, very simple, around the LZ. We are touching the waters there to make sure that those areas are not occupied by enemy forces. After that, waypoints 2, and you can sort of see that Alpha and Charlie are going to be in the same direction, and Bravo and Delta. Alpha and Charlie are going to be setting up to the southwest of the government complex to engage it from that direction. Delta is going to set up on the southeastern side to engage the government complex. And Bravo will either help out Delta with the government complex if it's really large, but if it's not, Bravo and maybe even Delta will head in the direction of their next waypoints. So, we take the government complex. That's at least Alpha and Charlie, maybe also Delta. After that, Alpha and Charlie are going to go northwest in the direction of Knight and Bishop. Bishop is a little bit larger priority than Knight, but still, waypoints 3 are marked, from which Alpha will take Knight and Charlie will take Bishop. Waypoints 4, if we need to push a little bit further into better ground. Of course, waypoints might have to be shifted around if we actually find out that some waypoints suck. Then for Bravo and Delta on the other side, if the government complex has been dealt with, waypoints 3 have been marked, from which Bravo will get eyes on Queen, and Delta will get eyes on King. If it turns out that Queen is very lightly guarded or not at all, we will have Bravo assist Delta with dealing with King and the OP. That's the plan for how we're taking the first 4 bridges and the government complex. Then, our objective for the, or our standing objective from that point, is to at least hold the government complex and 1 bridge. However, what we're going to try and do is hold Bishop, King, and Queen, and if we have to, fall back to platoon waypoints 4 and 5. That means that for Bravo and Delta, they would sink in towards platoon waypoint 4, and for Alpha and Charlie to move back to platoon waypoint 5. From there, we can defend the government complex and hopefully also King. That's it for that.
did also hear from CO that throughout the mission it's possible that we'll have to deal with other situations. For instance, from what I read in the briefing, Russians also deploy paratroopers. We might have to deal with that. We might have to deal with the enemy mortar or AA or something like that. So waypoints beyond 3 technically could change in the middle of the mission. Any questions?
You like my Pikachu?
I haven't seen your Pikachu.
Oh, God. The map.
Alright, is there real questions? Oh, sorry. Brian, go ahead.
Don't see waypoint 1 for Delta.
That's correct.
Charlie.
If
I guess I'll be following them. Alpha and Bravo.
no, you'll just go to the generic platoon waypoint 1.
Okay, gotcha.
Quick question on the bridges.
Yes.
We don't have any plan for Rook right now, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
For the record, regarding Rook, if we hear that Rook is getting action, we'll have Alpha fall back, probably south, to try and deal with enemies coming from Rook across that open area.
Question.
Yes?
Won't the CP be able to deal with that? And the Blue Force CP?
I'm not sure if the relation between Europe and Russia is hostile.
Okay.
Totally is.
I don't know.
European and Russian authorities are not at conflict with each other.
Okay.
Hence the occupation.
Any other questions regarding the plan? Any other non-Mimi questions?
Do the squad leaders have to give you a checkpoint-wise update, or are we allowed to just move at our own discretion?
You can move at your own discretion, but I will interfere if it's not, well, if it's too far apart, if that makes sense.
Of course.
Okay, any Mimi questions?
Yeah, about my biggest forehead.
Will HQ
Cross.
charge the enemy?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Good question.
It was suicide.
I will redirect that to HQCO.
Why is Viking better than Dead On?
It's not. That's a joke.
That's a trick question. What did you say, Latuvis?
Should we bring bayonets?
Only if we have to.
Kick this guy.
You have a fact.
Yeah.
I don't.
Send him to Viking.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Send
You can have him. You can have him.
We'll take all retards again.
Then we'll go lighter.
Okay,
you're gonna have
Zeus guys,
management.
I would
You
prefer
fuck
to
up,
have a
get sent
fact
to
with
Viking.
me if someone wants to take that role. That would be
Wasn't
very
paid
nice.
like that.
Tell
Why
them
don't you
without
have
doubt
Latuvis
you.
go
If
back?
someone has
Do that.
it's gonna be a little more PQ.
Make Latuvis do it. He's in your team already.
One of the
Hey,
aides
Archie.
do do
I wanna
it.
play
You'll be fine.
No, you
What was that?
I think so too,
I
but
think you should get a fact.
Harry, there's always, if you need a medic, I'm probably always nearby or in there.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
There's no
Right.
point of having
where's
a platoon
Latuvis?
medic.
Latuvis,
Yeah.
did you switch to fat or do you not want to do that?
Right, 84.1 as our average arc.
Platoon, there's no point of having platoon medic because we got the mobile paramedic.
Oh god.
So,
Can I join ASL? Like,
Let's just get back to
can you put me any further
Let's get
from
back to the
combat? Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Yes, but those are not people that are very experienced with
Remember,
taking
Demon, if
their
I'm in trouble, you
Get
can't
back
find
to
me,
the
okay?
arsenal.
Is there the leader?
He's gonna walk to the arsenal.
That's I'm the one wearing the after.
no.
I don't even know why
I need a splint.
Alpha,
Hey, what's up, D Chris?
Yeah, what's up? Alpha, need a splint. Don't give a shit.
HQ Bravo, radio check 80.
At all for a day. Wait, I need a splint and I need a tourniquet as well.
What the glasses mean?
Team lead, medic, the little medic.
I'm taking 10. Is that good?
80.
I'm gonna take 10, like
Big
10
medic.
tourniquets as well.
Yeah, you don't need
Is
10.
your MG1? Nalam.
And Cooper running.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna
MG1
put,
may
I'm
go
gonna
for
put
you,
like
what?
4 in my backpack, so in case.
Yep.
So the
MG1 may
preloaded,
go
like,
on
the loadout for team leader doesn't actually have any medical supplies in it.
Yeah.
Few suggestions for you.
Okay, okay.
You might want to fill up your backpack with extra things.
Bonjour.
No, empty.
What was that?
So you can fill up your backpack with the things you don't.
Bonjour,
You think you're gonna need like extra
Daniel.
medical supplies.
Nothing about into that left.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I need to quickly fix my medical supplies.
Okay.
What?
You might want to help
You.
recruits
Re.
with the backpack filling.
Wait, what?
What
Really?
Okay,
Use
guys,
the
just
backpack.
get
Find
ready.
a way away.
Maniac, give me your
So what do you have in your backpack?
when everyone's ready. At you.
Choppers, probably.
Y'all ready, kids?
Yo, Bart, you ready?
Do you have, what kind of medical supplies do you have, Luke?
You save your fucking loadout.
Yes, I did.
Luke?
Y'all save your fucking
Guess what?
loadout.
Sir, yes, sir.
What do you have for medical supplies in your uniform?
I
Okay.
have morphines and stuff, and I'm getting first aid kits. Should I get those?
I need to get bandages.
Bravo, guys. If
Bandages
you're
basic.
ready, mount up in the
wait,
left
wait.
chopper.
So,
little
left
bandages.
early.
the big one?
Yeah,
Jeez,
the
okay.
big one and
How
the
many?
left one.
What do you think?
With Alpha, I
I
do
need to
believe.
call in. A1
Right.
to, oh wait, A2 to ASL.
At least we're not sitting next to PMC.
Yo, I'm quickly sorting
Yeah,
out my recruit.
guys,
okay?
have to, if you're ready, get to the chopper and mount
Sorting
up
out my recruit.
in the left, Merlin.
Yeah, boys, get to the helicopters. Zeus's position. Except you, Luke. You stay with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you need is you need
Give me a
morphine, epinephrine.
Yeah, morphine.
You should have that morphine and epinephrine in your
Yeah.
vest, or like what's it called?
Yeah, I
Ready
have
to
one
go?
of each.
Need
Oh boy,
a
is
couple
this
of
your
each.
first op, Luke?
Yep, it is.
Oh, this is gonna be a special one.
It's yeah, well.
Okay, mount up in the left one. Yell in.
Hey, from Bravo Roland.
I.
There's enough space for Bravo and Alpha.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Great.
Ah, you missed it.
Great.
Anyone dismount?
Stand up inside, by the way.
Easy win.
You just lost your spot, Layla.
The fuck them one?
That's paramedic.
Stupidity is a disease.
Oh, I thought I crashed.
I've been in.
My game froze.
That's the same.
Oof.
Very good.
I'll let you know. No. Ich krieg das auf ein Message. It should be advised. Normally it's full, we still need space for an 8-2.
Oh, it's not standard meditation though.
Alpha, this is HQ, solid copy, break. I'll make sure that Bravo dismounts and switches their helicopter first.
Fuck!
Get out, guys. Get out. And we go to the northwestern helicopter.
West. Bravo's going west.
We get our own
Didn't hear what you
helicopter
said.
away from the Alpha squads.
Bagel, hop out.
Wait to do the helo. Wait, which one we want?
Getting Gretker.
I think I
You are the other one.
answer that
The
question.
one with Gretker.
Hi there.
Let me in. Okay.
Intercom channel disabled.
Wait, did it pull already?
Two more.
Okay,
Two more.
get in.
We're all in, Pablo.
Two more.
Okay, y'all in.
One more.
Passenger
Yeah.
1,
I
2,
think they're sending one of us.
9. Okay, we should be all in. Gretker.
I have to eat, man.
Issue Bravo, all in. Over.
On the road again.
Hey, Bagel. Bagel.
Yes.
You know Sherlock Holmes' favorite school?
Yo, mom.
It's elementary.
Can you shoot him? Can you shoot him from there?
Yes.
You gotta watch your back from now on.
No,
Because
why? Someone laughed. I can't.
I got a grenade with your name on
It got a solid chuckle out of me. Other than a loud grunt.
I'll be here all day, guys.
Nah.
Cooper, can you shoot him from there?
No, I can't.
God fucking damn it!
The only way you can kill me is if you take down this chopper.
Solo to a car base.
Oh, wait, trust me, I will take down this chopper if it means I have to kill you.
I was like, why you go on the best and I was like, it's not showing me something else.
For fuck's sake. Fuck off, you guys.
If it's not young,
let's go.
Wait, did someone jump on?
Nah, I just...
I know, but before the jump there was no
I love how much I was flying.
Oh shit, the objectives are actually showing up. The objectives were showing up at... Ah, good luck. Fuck you. This is madness.
Right.
I'm pretty low frames. How you got super frames today?
Hey, hit me really bad.
You're okay right now.
I'm on 17.
I'm on that point.
We weren't talking about loud, we were talking about frames per second, Blasker.
Oh, now I'm down to 20 now.
It's a bit lower down. Yeah,
40.
it works for me.
Yeah, we shot out. Perfect.
From the checkpoint, most likely.
Oh, I got quality on high, very high.
That's alright.
Hey boy, computer.
Some tracers to left.
Just dance.
I'm
Yeah,
in
it's everything on low.
Very
loads of damage, loads of graphics. I
One
can't
of
do
them is
anything.
breaking. I think we lost the chopper.
Did we?
Fuck's nothing doing.
Yeah, it's spinning out.
Which one?
From east of us.
The one on our left. Northeast.
Oh, the one far away.
Yeah.
Ah, Delta. No, it's gonna be okay. I think it's a program to have this crash.
Yeah, it's programs.
Okay, dismount. Oh, I heard the fucking angel was like, dying. Oh, there's hell. Okay, start with throw. Wait, one guy. Yep.
Did you ever see the 7 frames?
I was saying what?
The 7 frames.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Something like your best lot.
Just can't handle this many people.
So could I. Oh, rip. Playfly just
HQ Bravo set. Alright guys, change of plan, we are taking Delta waypoint 2 for the next one.
I'm from vehicle.
I'll stand for frames, I'll be behind you guys.
Wait, what's happened to Delta and Charlie? Why are they so far away?
Crash land by
Ah.
Kaboom drifted crash.
Yeah, yeah.
Follow the Rhine, like roughly, that's gonna be a win.
Yeah, I'll see if I can stay as cover as much as possible.
1 second AFK, I dropped a fucking raisin.
That's horrible.
Okay, let's go.
Contact off.
Just keep going B1.
Active for engagement off.
A firm, deal with it.
Do you see where?
Okay, guys move up. Yeah, towards base.
Taking fire?
Yep, trying to find and eliminate.
Guys overhead.
Let's see where they are. Also, this is a very good chance of tripping Alpha. Wait, where are you? Oh, yeah.
What happened?
We were. We got shot from there, but like it's basically where Alpha 1 is as well, so can't easily tell.
Okay, B1 pick it up. What?
There you go. I'm a speedy boy.
Moving. Thank you very much.
I'll need to lower.
Are you telling that Terry is too high? Terry is high.
You have time to back me.
I will.
Try to get him dead to
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is. I didn't expect the Russians to look like that. Oh right, it's NATO. True.
Okay, good shit.
Okay, that's
West.
yeah, that's stay still, Cobra. Done.
Okay, you guys have
I got you also.
B1, what's up?
We're packing right now.
Also, the road is clear.
Are you doing anything, Joe?
Not right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, also, Pablo, you have fracture down.
B1 try to have get eyes on the government complex that also they might be east as well.
Someone exit Zeus.
Morning.
Don't even bother.
What happened, buddy?
So shaky.
Where? I see it.
Packing carp, this will take some time.
So we need medicals. I need medical assistance. We'll go. Right now we are packing. We need to help B1.
Ready.
Okay, let's go.
Bring yourself first.
Keep moving. Up towards B1.
This side, yeah.
Contact.
Other side?
Yep.
Both sides.
I've got it also.
Transfusing Angel?
Yeah, sure.
Quickly work on Angel. Damn it.
Nothing can do yet.
I need some help. I'm tourniqueted. Shit, I'm not sure how long I'll survive.
What's this thing?
I have your butt.
I'll CPR him.
Okay.
Are you good?
Bagel dead.
I'll fix his legs. Fix his legs.
I'm money bagging Bagel.
Don't bag yet, I'll... Actually, never mind, go for it.
I think it should be good to FP. Did you CPR him?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were CPRing now.
You can't CPR if someone else is.
Medic,
Yeah, CPRing now.
Bagel's dead.
We know. Right, I'm tourniqueted. You should end down myself.
Thank you, G-Hawk.
No problem.
Pushers will be ready to attend. Not waking up?
He was on the roof.
I can get back to you quickly.
He was. Well, I guess
Packing.
yes.
Will be quite fast.
I'll need a pack sometime as well.
Yep.
Me too.
Deal with the others first, John. Come on, if you're operational,
Cooper, ready?
get covering.
Give me a moment, I'm removing my tourniquet.
Transfusing blood, Mania.
Ah, fuck, I thought this thing is. Fuck me, mate.
Take from my bag.
Yeah, you can get packed without one. You can get packed without one.
Does it remove the fracture?
Yes.
It does.
Oh,
Packing your butt.
nice.
And, like, yeah, just take some splints from my bag as well.
Yeah, I'll do
This
that.
will take some time.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're just enjoying slow mode master.
It's so slow. We're halfway through.
Fast. Still faster than the last time.
Oh yeah. headquarters.
I think I got eyes on the police building.
Yeah, it don't wander off too much.
And we're done.
Yes, mate.
Maniac. Okay. Good job. You don't need everything once. Can you pack me up as well?
Sure. Oh, you're kind of jumpy.
On my arm, yeah.
No, but you're like jumping around a bit.
Oh, shit. Alpha,
There you go.
Message.
You're ready.
Alpha, Bravo, housing, government complex. Can we move on to the next point, or you need helping covering anything? Over.
Bravo, be advised that government complex is clear and we still have contact to our northeast.
Copy that. Bravo will slowly advance towards the police station. Which Bravo sent?
Doorway, please secure an LZ.
Bravo copies. Guys, pull back to the crossroads. We need an LZ situation right now nearby.
Please advise you can't secure an LC to not get a Neo.
We can probably secure these crossroads over here. Okay guys, try to secure these crossroads.
We're trying to get an ice on the Vault Cannon.
Let me just pack you real quick.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
There's an auto cannon at the police station, which just so that you know.
HQ Bravo, apparently that's an over. HQ Bravo, currently there's an auto cannon around the police station. Would recommend for Zeus to land further southwest.
Bravo, apologies, did not copy again, say again.
Auto cannon at police station, get the Zulus to land at the southwest.
Over. Bravo, said she saw a copy.
Yo.
Fucking way.
Yep.
Nice back.
Okay, change of plan, we are starting to slowly advance towards the police station.
I'll get back when we're ready to move.
Okay, guys, we are slowly advancing towards the police station. Try to get rid of the biggest gun.
Okay, we got quite fucked up there.
So it seems.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be clear all the way to the house. It's just on.
Maybe where are we going?
Police station. Well, going slowly towards police station until Delta arrives. If the police station looks too hot, we can wait for the Delta guys to arrive and be the meat shield for us.
Actually looks very clear.
munition compound ready.
Damn it.
Start to engage Russians.
Engage Russians if you see them. Infirm.
Yes, I'll be advised to pick up a stray policeman that's assisting us.
Good copy, good copy.
Yeah, some good aim for this one.
You managed to get any intel of the policeman at least.
One times MP at the OP. Or cannon, I don't know what this is. Maybe one times AA.
The question is where hot.
I don't know what it is, G-Hook used to have. Quick restaurant. No, it's restaurant, no restaurant. I go down.
Oh, someone just got hit.
Yeah, I just broke it down.
Oh, no.
I'm getting ready to cross the road. Can you cover me?
Wait one.
Wait.
Once team is busy medicing and all that, so we are alone for the current time.
I'll have to cross now.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Ow! That is not bueno.
I might want a suicide mission incendiary.
Yeah, good. I can go.
We are we need to
Aha!
A lot of NATO shoppers inbound.
I think that's considered also.
That's where I'm not very small already. Quite sorry.
What would you say that first?
Same.
Oh, we have an MBT northeast as well.
I'm alive!
Oh,
Luke, I need you.
Brother. Oh, you're dead.
Threw an incendiary right under one of the tanks. It moved off. Fuck off.
Fuck, I wish I could save you. I'm gonna end your suffering.
Survival chances are nil,
I just heard Vikings say, I wish I could save you. I'm gonna end your suffering. And then I die when you say that.
There's two
Fuck. You need your ASAP everywhere.
I tried to kill a tank with the incendiaries, but it fucking backed off. Fucking bullshit.
Oh, look at
Oh no, Angel's down. Poor bugger. Oh my god, Stroker is doing the big brain. Guys, follow Stroker.
Oh.
Alpha is so dead.
I died. Hello, Domnaki. Oh, guys, look at Stroker.
Oh, he's
look at
gonna get.
Stroker. Nice.
No, he's gonna get fucked. Look.
Oh!
Get hit from.
Wait, why did
That was friendly. Yeah.
Tank just got hit by something heavy.
It was done.
Oh, Stroker's up.
Stroker's up.
Stroker's
No,
up.
the gun's gonna see him. Nope.
Probably got healed from this.
Oh, the gun's turning around. No.
Oh, Stroker. Is he dead?
I got hit.
Oh. Oh, wait, did you just like insta die from the gun?
Literally half a second I got hit him.
Yeah. We're all cheering for you.
Yeah, like the 55 didn't do anything. I might have done something if I hit the side plate on.
I've died 3 times.
At least I tracked it. Oh well, at least it's fucking dead.
I like this vehicle great charge.
Have you seen the mastery?
I've seen the mastery the other night.
Of I think I
It's like Soviet fucking charges, Jesus Christ.
We failed. Like, the objective was
Yeah, you
But they-
can't
we're
really
not
kill
told-
the leopards, to be fair.
We can't actually get.
Armor, or heat is not designed for
Angels in the middle of nowhere.
can't make it.
Angel
Did Angel
alive.
power drop?
Who the fuck is he alive?
Let's see.
Like the last leopard left. Oh, that's the one I tried to throw incendiaries on and the fucker survived.
Yeah, I think that's the one who I hit the tracks in when it was driving past. Didn't do anything. Very sad. Oh,
boy.
I can do this.
What's the body bag?
Even if you body bags it, there is no point.
He doesn't know that the resource I see problem.
Civilized area of the US. Gone upstairs. Oh, he's checking it out. He's looking for real estate right now.
Oh, man, it's going to do nothing.
Oh my god, he's using stars.
Oh, the guy right there.
It's not. Pretty sure
Yeah, it does look down. That's fucking terrifying to look up.
I don't think it is.
It is.
It is.
When it's disabled, it looks like it's
Oh,
straight down.
Angel! He's got it! Angel! You're good.
Angel is going for the kill.
Not going to do anything. You can't kill him from the front, mate. You can get a string of attack. I've only got 55 rockets.
We were so bored at HQ we killed ourselves even.
Okay.
No, we played the game I shot the gun. I shot the explosives.
Actually, that is a normal job. I may have killed more from these
Yeah, probably.
I don't think I killed a single fucking enemy this game.
I mean,
I was down more than I saw the enemy.
Oh god, look at the Vikings. Look at the mass grave. Look at the mass just pile of
Oh
conscious
god.
people.
What? Guys, Angel,
What's
Oh, this is not. Wait, now.
No, we missed.
Yeah, no, he hit, but it just doesn't do anything. 55 is fucking useless against leopards.
I would have preferred it if you had, actually.
Why can they one-shot us, but we can't one-shot them?
Don't forget, Angel has more than one.
Oh, Terry's down.
No, I was very low on rockets. Like, you need to either just track it and run, or...
He's smoking it.
Still alive. So, still alive is...
Oh, there's a remote control, he's going in.
Wait.
Oh, he just grenaded himself.
So,
why weren't you covering?
There was 2 doors.
the only people...
Both doors.
Guys, the only conscious people are the Vikings on the rooftop.
Randy,
Frog and Drake and the Angel.
what's Angel?
Why is there
Actually,
They're surrounded.
I mean, to be fair, how do you win that game?
Yeah.
However many there was.
Alright. Let's try and get everyone in this channel. Talk powers on. Alright. Okay, let's start with the debrief. I'm gonna give the word to Zeus Caboose.
Fine. Hello. Yes. This was joint up. In levels, I think it went okay. Obviously, we're still adjusting to the new medical system. So for example, there was 5 bridges, and we also planned for like objectives where you might push the mortars or the air, but it became pretty evident as soon as like Viking got pretty fucked on their crash site, and then you guys pushed out. I think was it to Bishop, that you guys weren't going to be able to push across these bridges. What was fine. I saw that you guys started to consolidate, and then the defense went on. Hopefully the defense didn't get too stale. There was a lot of casualties this mission. I think probably due to the medical system, but also due to the fact that obviously it was CQB, there was a lot of AI, etc., etc. FPS-wise, I think we did the best we could. Obviously, when you have 40 people running around in a close area, it's not great. And obviously, we were trying to ration the AI as much as possible whilst trying to maintain FPS. We did our best. Laney apologizes for the hind, and I hope people enjoyed the mission. We did kind of. I hope it wasn't too much of an abrupt end, because it's getting late now, and a lot of the Zeuses actually have to go off and do shit in life. So, yes. Unfortunately, you failed because you were overrun. Thessalonians.
Hello. Yeah, so comments on the mission. I think the mission was very good. I liked that it was a defense that, part attack, part defense. That felt really difficult. I think what made it very difficult was the fact that there was a lot of foliage very often, but not a lot of cover. Which the concealment sort of fucked us very often. For instance, on the government building, not being able to see away, or while trying to go for the Bishop Bridge. Yeah, the medical system for sure was making it very difficult. I felt like there was quite a few wipes and stuff like that. People maybe not respecting the necessity to fall back early enough. We experienced that ourselves at Bishop as well, where once you get hit and people start going down, there's really no good way to stop it happening. Comms with CO were good. The Zulus were a little underwhelming. It did not result in the Zulus resulted in more issues that had to be resolved in the field, which I guess was fine, but that could have been better. Let's give it to the Zulu. I'm looking for you now. I can't find. M1 was very nice. It's very strange that it was like a medic that was sort of floating everywhere. It was really hard to keep track of it as HQ. But nonetheless, it was very helpful, I think. I'm looking for the Zulu, or is he not here? There you go. Go ahead.
I'm Zulu 1. Zulu 2 disconnected around an hour ago, or even earlier. I don't understand why, though. Mission itself in my eyes was okay. I had a lot to do to the fact that a lot of people died. If that's good or bad, it's your decision. And I should say, no, a lot of time, my rotor got destroyed. But even though there were no buildings or village next to it, so maybe I don't know what happened. But mission itself was interesting for me as Zulu, being all alone in the most important part. But that's from me.
All right. Then down to platoon level. So me commenting on the communication. First of all, communication was really, really good. I was really happy with that. Even also with the Viking squads did not feel like there was a lot of issues with different communication systems or anything, apart from every now and then a message not being copied and I have to send it again or something like that, which was not a big problem. What I did notice with both Zeus Up squads and Viking squads was that very often when getting an order to move, it was very it seemed very difficult while looking at the map, for instance, for squads to get moving. I think it's because squads were pinned almost all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to see squads focus more on trying to fall back or reposition and stuff like that. Getting pinned seemed to be a major issue in both the attack and the defense. Alpha? Find you.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, from Alpha's perspective, the mission went well. I enjoyed it. It felt kind of hopeless, but I think that was the point. I'm not sure how we were supposed to ever complete this mission. That being said, it was enjoyable, regardless. Communications with the other elements was okay, but I think we could have done a better job communicating to each other. Like, okay, Charlie's watching northwest, Alpha's watching northeast and southwest, stuff like that. We went a bit slow on that. Nothing else to add.
All right. Bravo. Who do I give the word to for Bravo?
Everything felt alright. Next.
All right. Charlie. Who do I give the word to for Charlie? Is it Skywalker? All right. Skywalker?
Yeah, it was a banging start to the op with a beautiful insertion behind enemy lines where we got wiped out. Apart from that, we took a lot of miscommunication coordination, basically, to get our guys moving again. Beyond that, I think the orders from Platoon were pretty nice, straightforward. Comms are crisp for the most part, even though a lot of the stuff was overlooked, simply because there was a lot of intra-squad communication and gunfire. So obviously, some messages are gonna get a bit missed out on. Apart from that, the second half of the op, I think that last stand in the government building, in my opinion, was like quite chaotic, if I may say so myself. Low on AT and tanks were just pouring at us, from the same side. All in all, I like the op. Kudos to whoever this was.
All right. Who do I give it to for Delta?
Give it a Shagger.
All right. Looking for him now. Go ahead.
It was a pretty cool op. I liked it. The teams weren't as big as I'd like. It would have been nice to have a couple more guys to, move about a bit more. Didn't have as much room to do much, flanking or anything because of the smaller size, but I think we did pretty well considering. It did die a couple of times because of our great insertion at the beginning, but hey ho, that's how it goes. It's a bit difficult for some of us, I think, to adjust to the way that it's been that it worked tonight, because obviously we had the medical system not working great. We got different mods, a lot of us were kind of not so custom, so I think we need to do a couple more of these so that we're all sort of on the same page. I think we do a lot better after maybe 3 more joint ops together. My squad did really good tonight. Appreciate everyone turning up, so that's it.
All right, sweet. Okay. I think that was it on the platoon debrief. I suppose that Vikings, you guys want to do your own debrief or whatever on your own team speak before you guys go off. I want to thank you for coming to the join up. And even though we said it previously after certain join ups where like, oh, we should schedule one again, I suggest that we schedule one again next month, and we just schedule it tonight. These are fun, yes. So yes, okay, we'll sort that out. Thanks for the join up. Let me get rid of the talk power so we can experience what life is all about.
Shut the fuck up.
Can we kick it?
Oh,
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
See, that's not as bad as I thought.
More room there
That was
is.
a
little
little
bit
less
worse.
cancer than I was fearing.
Yes. All right.
Harry,
well,
how about that set? I should also get to say shit.
Well,
No.
you can now.
You're useless.
You're a medic. You're
What do you mean
Okay.
useless?
Squad
I literally
debrief,
saved
go.
several
Vikings,
fire
thank you
teams.
very much. See you around for the
Take
next
out
one.
content.
There you go.
Thank you, guys.
What incarnation?
Dicymonious.
Echo.
Let's